Proud to serve northeastern and central Pennsylvania. This is WNEP 16, the news station. Now, Nolan Johannes, Karen Harch, pilot Jack Rulin in Skycam 16, Chief Meteorologist Tom Clark, and Joe Zone on sports. This is Newswatch 16.
A battle of sorts is going on in a Scranton ammunitions plant tonight. Newswatch 16's Kathi Belich says it stopped work at one of Scranton's largest employers that holds government contracts.
Richie, today they fired them 4 guys. They went home over under overtime last night, right? So day shift has gone home.
You guys went home sick?
Yeah.
They fired them?
Yeah. So there's no union people here. If you want to go, it's up to you.
They fired those guys going home sick.
Right.
This man is a steward for the International Association of Machinists and Aerospace Workers, Local 847. He's telling his fellow workers here at Chamberlain Manufacturing in Scranton, an ammunition plant, that there's a problem causing most of the 400 or so union workers here to stay off the job. The problem is this. These 4 union workers say they were not allowed into the plant when they reported for work. Union leaders tell us these forklift operators were asked to take on the jobs of 3 other people as well as their own and asked to work overtime. When they refused, the union says they were locked out of the plant, and now the company wants to fire them. The management here at Chamberlain says it has no comment. All operations here have come to a halt. Fewer than a dozen union workers will stay on the job to keep the furnaces inside the plant going so that no physical damage results to the plant because of this walkout. Chamberlain's parking lot may stay this empty for days. Union officials say as long as their 4 workers are told not to go to work, the rest of the 400 union workers at this plant will probably stay off the job too. Kathi Belich, Newswatch 16, Scranton.
While work at the Chamberlain plant is at a standstill tonight, it's too much activity at another section of Scranton that has some people concerned.
Tonight, City Council will talk over an idea of putting up a traffic light to ease congestion at the intersection of Keyser Avenue and the Morgan Highway. That's where Newswatch 16's Dan Fiorucci is live right now. Dan, how's it look out there?
Well, Nolan, Karen, as you can see right now, it's pretty quiet out here. It generally is at around 6 o'clock, but an hour and a half ago, it was a mess. Generally, this place, when businesses get out of business at around 4:30, you can sit in traffic there for a good long time waiting to get onto or off of Keyser Avenue and Morgan Highway. Now, sometimes what they do is they put a traffic cop here to take care of the problem, but some people feel the only permanent solution is to put in a traffic light. 2 weeks ago, the City Council voted to study the matter. Tonight, they'll get the results of that study, and they may vote to put in a light here. Whatever the outcome of the meeting, we'll let you know more about it on the update at 11. Dan Fiorucci, Newswatch 16, reporting live from Keyser Avenue in Scranton.
Okay, thank you, Dan. People in the Lackawanna County borough of Jermyn are asked to stay away from a town intersection tonight. At about 1 today, one resident saw a bear cub in a tree at Jermyn's Gibson Street and Washington Avenue. The crowd quickly gathered. The bear, out of fear, climbed higher. Now, the State Game Commission has ruled out the use of a tranquilizer gun, as the animal could get hurt or killed falling from the tree. German authorities now say if people will just clear the area, that cub will come down on his own and go away. We hope so.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of bustling in Bloomsburg these days, and we'll show you what's up in a moment.
And our chief meteorologist, Tom Clark, has been hustling his forecast together. Tom, how are the details?
So what would you think if I told you that rain was on the way?
Come on.
You like
don't
that?
do it to us.
No, you wouldn't. You're not going to say it.
Stay tuned and find out what it's going to be like. Coming up.
Everything from whitewater to black powder to beavers biking and bows, from copperheads to whitetails to casting, calling, and crows. You'll see stalking fish, fixing poles, rainbow trout, and snowy owls, setting traps, drilling holes, earthworms, and waterfowl. Whether you're a fan of the eagles, browns, bears, or giants, or of Joe and Stan and the Mountain Man, or some Tom Duck, or Harry, watch hiking, frying, riding, tying, skiing, and flying on Pennsylvania Outdoor Life, Saturday at 7.
It's a tradition, something many of us just can't miss every time this year. I'm talking about the Bloomsburg Fair. Workers were real busy today setting up for the fair in Columbia County. It's been around since 1855, one of the largest in the country. The festivities get underway this Saturday, although officially Bloomsburg Fair Week starts on Monday. If the weather cooperates, fair officials believe more than 500,000 people will be here in Bloomsburg to sample the food and the fun.
Well, Fair week means fair weather, doesn't it?
It better be.
Doesn't it, Tom?
I don't have it in me to predict rain for the weekend.
Yeah, you're a nice guy.
Don't have it in me. I stopped doing that long time ago, predicting rain for the weekends. But when the weather stays as nice as it's been this week, a weatherman really enjoys his job. And you know, when I visit all the schools in the area, I tell the students how much I enjoy my work. But you know, the addiction that some meteorologists have to the weather can sometimes be reflected in the clothes they wear. Now take this tie, for instance, which has on it official weather codes and symbols. Now close up, it shows, well, there's the symbol for heavy rain, and well, that was on there. And fog is on here, and there's a symbol for haze and thunderstorm and showers. And this tie, I know, makes for interesting conversation at parties, but whenever I wear it, I never get invited to parties. I don't think it's hokey, do you? No, it's nice. It's nice outside now, too. The temperature looks like this in the backyard. We have a reading of 72. That's delightful. Humidity, 53%. The wind velocity now, southwest to 10, and the barometer now is falling from 29.94. Range in temperature today, 73. Felt delightful out there. 47 last night, 90. Just 1 year ago today was the record high temperature. And there's a beautiful scene shot this afternoon from Shenandoah in Schuylkill County. A little breeze down that way. Take a look at this satellite view just in. There isn't a rain-bearing weather system for more than 1,000 miles away from Pennsylvania. You can see how clear it is out this way. A little wind shift line just came through and brought a few clouds overhead, but it's clearing out now once again, and we are going to warm up quite nicely again tomorrow. And as we head into the weekend, I still think that the atmosphere will stay dry and bright both Saturday and Sunday as the storm systems continue far north and out of the U.S. So it's plain to see how nice it's going to be the next few days. Now here's my forecast coming up for tonight. A nice evening, a good night to sit out in the porch or jog or take a walk. It'll stay dry. 55, the low in Tunkhannock. Blakesley 49, Easton 53. Island Park, now that's on the river between Northumberland and Sunbury, and 54, the low on the island tonight. DuBoistown 54 as well, not quite as cool as the last couple of nights. Now tomorrow, very soothing, nice and warm, near 80 in Jessup, Berwick, Coaldale, Halls. Shamokin Dam should top off at 80, Burlington 77, a delightful day. Now the sun will be coming up tomorrow morning at 6:49, and it sets a little bit earlier now at 7:05. Fair tonight, 78 tomorrow. Friday, dry, sunny, 73. College football in Bloomsburg, live here on 16 Saturday. Penn State's at Beaver Stadium. No rain Saturday, a nice day, 75, near 80 once again on Sunday. So Karen and Nolan, how do you think I'd look in a sports jacket with lightning bolts on it, huh? That's
real
next.
Flashy, Tom.
That's next.
You can come to any party I have. I like that tie.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, that is nice.
Right. Thank you, sir.
See you later.
Good news. Joe Zone's next with a celebration in Detroit.
Plus, Penn State is getting ready for William and Mary.
Hundreds of forest fires are purposely set in the woodlands. Lives, property, trees, and wildlife are threatened. If you have any information on this matter, call a toll-free arson hotline.
Well, 1 clinch, 3 to go, almost playoff time, right, Joe?
You're absolutely right. The Chicago Cubs look like they've got that division wrapped up, but they still have not been able to put it away. This afternoon, the Pittsburgh Pirates in town again, and the Pirates get on the board early. There's a little error by Ronnie Shea. 1-0 Pittsburgh leads in the first inning. In the third, Jason Thompson with a double. That's going to score 2 runs. Pittsburgh ahead of the Cubs 3-0. Again, in Chicago, the Cubs' magic number is 4. But Gary Matthews in the third, this home run with a guy on, and that'll make it 3-2. Moreland follows with a home run, number 18 on the year, and that makes the score 3-3. Here's the Moreland home run. Sutcliffe, though, in a little bit of trouble today. The Pirates scored 6 in the 6th. Tony Pena's home run, a grand slam the key. Final score, 11-6. There's Pena's blast, 11-6, and the Cubs are still, the magic number is 4. Well, The Tigers and their fans are kind of celebrating. Here's what happened last night after the game was over. 48,000 fans, now several hundred, break out on the field past police barriers, all kinds of violence. They were taking bases, pulling up turf. One patrolman was actually hurt. He was hit by a whiskey bottle, they say. He had to be taken out. 25 fans in all arrested, and maybe it'll be another 12 years or so before they win a pennant the way they act. I know, they all act like that. Well, the Tigers and their fans, as I said, celebrating. The players enjoyed, although a bit more realistically, the clincher.
It's an experience in my life that I'll treasure, and I think that every player should experience being on a ball club like the one we have. We fought hard all year long, John. It's a great feeling right now, and I just hope that we can gel together and continue on playing. It's just a stepping stone to the playoffs and hopefully the World Series and bringing it back here to Detroit.
This is unbelievable. I tell you, man, ever since day one, this is all you want. You know, when you're a little kid, this is all you want. A chance to get in the World Series, man, this is great.
1-1. Still a three-team race in the West, by the way. KC leads Minnesota by 2 and California by 2.5. Hey, they came a long ways in a week, didn't they, Penn State? They barely got by Rutgers in their opener. Then they went out to Iowa and beat the 5th-ranked team in the country. That is a remarkable improvement in just 1 week. Much of that improvement centers around the offensive line. In the opener against Rutgers, quarterback Doug Strang couldn't complete a sentence. Saturday, against the highly touted Iowa defense, Strang threw for 157 yards and a touchdown.
Once your offensive line starts to handle situations, your quarterback's got to feel more comfortable that he doesn't have to do it all himself. And plus the fact he doesn't have to worry about getting sacked every down or having to eat the football or throwing when he's not ready. You can get into a rhythm.
That line was also opening holes for running backs. 170 yards rushing for the Nittany Lions without 1,000-yarder DJ Dozier. His hamstring still makes him questionable for Saturday. It's not likely they'll rush Dozier back into the lineup for William & Mary, a team that Penn State should have their way with.
We realize that we're not that good. The Iowa game, as I said, although it's a good win, was not a really proficient performance, and when we looked at the films and saw some of the breakdowns and some of the mistakes we made, we realized we have a long way to go.
Paterno is always cautious. You'll never catch him looking ahead. But he knows, and his players know, that the next big test will come a week Saturday against third-ranked Texas, which we will be televising, by the way, and also this Saturday, Bloomsburg and Stroudsburg, televised live 12:30 right here in 16.
All right.
Yeah, you're busy.
Scranton and Wilkes soccer teams won today.
All right, excellent. Thanks, Joe. If you've ever received a parking ticket, we have a story you'll want to see.
The long arm of the law reaches out for all. Stay tuned.
Bloomsburg versus Stroudsburg, live Saturday.
Finally tonight, if you park illegally in downtown Bloomsburg, you're going to get a ticket, apparently no matter who you are. Case in point, the person who got this parking ticket, the car, or rather the Berwick patrol car, was parked illegally this afternoon near the Columbia County Courthouse in Bloomsburg. Hence, a $1 parking ticket. This goes to show the long arm of the law reaches out to everybody.
Wow. Imagine the talk in the locker room at the precinct house tonight.
Oh, yeah.
Right. The guy says, who was the meter maid who put that on my car, or something like that, right? Do you think that's the way it was?
Well, as long as they pay the dollar, they'll be
That's right, pay the dollar.
That's Newswatch 16 for this Wednesday.
Be sure to join us tonight on The Update, when we'll be telling you about some new technology for the growing sunflower industry in our area.
World News Tonight is next with, among other things, more on the story of Muhammad Ali's trip to the hospital.
We'll be back at 11. For the entire team, thank you for joining us.
Enjoy your evening.